the market has corrected by more than 12%. So the question everybody is asking is that what should be my action at this point of time, right? To answer that, let's first understand what is this nature of this correction. So there are broadly two type of correction. One is this type of correction where it is more of a cyclical in nature. There are various macroeconomics, microeconomics factors which are playing at this moment to influence the market pricing, right? So at this moment, from Indian context, appreciation of dollar is an issue, FII exit is an issue, the market valuation is high, the consumer spending is very less. So these are some of the factors at this moment influencing the Indian market. Then there are other type of correction like the pandemic happened, 2008 financial crisis. Those are beyond anybody's control or beyond anybody's guess. So they all come from nowhere for various reasons, and we just stand in front of that just watching them. So can we prepare ourselves for this type of correction? Definitely you will be able to prepare yourself for this type of correction when you have a very concrete financial plan in front of you. Let's dive into the Nifty 50 chart and see the various correction phases in the past and what could have been the outcome if you have stayed invested or invested more in these kind of dips, market dips in the past.
So I have this right Nifty 50 chart, which is the which is a like I have put a 1 month bar chart here. So let's understand this. Let us take some couple of instances when there was a market correction, right? So let's take, for example, let's start with the 2008 correction. So if you see here, so somewhere around 1st of Jan 2008, the correction started. So if somebody was stayed invested in that period, so let's see that from this point and up to the fall, the lowest point, so there was around 65% correction in the market, and it happened over a period of 9 months. So if somebody had invested his money, his portfolio would have dropped by 64%. But let's see what happens when if he stay invested in this phase, right? So now for this gentleman who invested here, so how much time it took for him to recover? So if we see this thing, if we calculate this from this point up to this point, so this was roughly around 33 bars. So you can say that it took around almost 3 years for him to come to the same level where he had invested. So 3 years he did not make any money. But after that, what happened? So if you see here, you can very well see that since that point there was a bull run. It continued like this, and you can see that today, of course, market has reached another kind of level. So this is the importance of staying invested. At the same time, now see that if somebody take advantage of investing at bottom of such type of unforeseen circumstances, unforeseen incidents like the pandemic or 2008 crisis, this is the time you can make huge amount of money, right? So let's see, like somebody is able to say pick up the bottom, and from this point, so just in say 6 months time, you could have made around 81% return during this 2008 crisis time, right? In just 6 months, 82% return. That's insane. So this is the reason I always advise my client that they should always have 25% money, which is as a buffer, because whenever life throws such type of opportunities to you, you should be able to grab this opportunity. But most often what happens whenever this type of things happen, say either people do not invest because of the panic, or they do not invest, or they are not able to invest because they do not have any funds left, right? So same way, let us see what happened here during the 2020 pandemic crisis. So in pandemic, just in 3 months time, just in this 3 months time, right, the market fell down by almost 40%, right? But somebody, again, let's see that if somebody could invest in the bottom of this cycle, so of course the market kept going up, but just for him to recover this, come to this recovery phase, in just 7 months the market came up by 70%. So somebody who was here at say in the 1st of Jan, okay, in just 9 months time, he again came back to the same level before the pre-pandemic level. And of course after that we know the bull run, what has happened since that time. So this is how you could have taken advantage of this type of unforeseen circumstances. Now let's see some realistic business cycle circumstances, like say this one in say 2015-16 level. So for example, Like this is around March 2015. So somebody from here, the market fell by 25% over a period of 11 months. And if we see that how much time it again took to recover, so we can say like 1.5 years it took for it to come back to that same level before the fall, right? So, and after that again there was this bull run. So overall what I want to say is that the market fall by 10%, 15%, 20%, this is a nature of the market based on the various circumstances, economic cycle, geopolitical reasons and things like that. What is important is to stay invested and also deploy further capital in this phase, because this is a great opportunity to do rupee cost averaging and increase your profitability when the bull run keeps happening. So hope this was insightful for you and you will take a decisive action based on this true nature of the market, which you can very well see through this chart. And when you are doing a mutual fund selection also, this type, whatever you saw on this chart, this you can find out very well on the rolling return. So if you calculate the rolling return, it will tell you that at what phase of the cycle, if you have invested, so what kind of returns you would have generated. Like as I showed in this 2015 phase, so suppose somebody has invested here and up till this point, okay, so up till this point he wouldn't have made any money. So it is like almost 2 years time he wouldn't be making any money. So rolling return will show you this incident, and you will be well informed in taking the decision based on the rolling return feedback. So thank you very much. Hope that this was insightful. See you in the next video.